Hallo, ek is Edie. Welkom by my kanaal waar ons als saam doen. Numbers 20 to 99. At the bottom right of the screen, you'll see there is a link to a previous video of mine on basic Afrikaans numbers. If you have not learned any Afrikaans numbers as of yet, go look at that video first and make sure that you first understand the basic and beginning Afrikaans numbers before you come back and continue this video. If you just want to retouch on what you already know, that's also a good video to just go watch to recap on what you have already learned and then continue with this video after that. You'll also see that while I'm saying numbers 20 to 99 at the top, I only start with the pronunciation at 21. And that is because we've already gone over the pronunciation of whole numbers and round numbers, 20, 30, 40, etc. in the previous video that you can watch at the bottom of the screen. So I won't be recapping all of that in this video. But I may touch on it from time to time where it is important to understand the rest of the numbers. So to the left of the screen, you'll see we start with 21. In Afrikaans, when you have double numbers, you put the second number first. So you'll start with the 1, which is een. After that, you place an and, which is en in Afrikaans, and then you put the first number last. So you'll see we have 1 en 20. 2 en 20. That continues all the way through until 99. 99. 99. Now that is the case for all the double numbers, except the whole numbers or the round numbers, which you'll see in the previous video. 20, 30, 40, they all have their own unique names, but the double number combinations are pronounced like this. The rule stays the same throughout, from 21 to 99. What you should note, if you have looked at any Afrikaans or learned Afrikaans previously, the double numbers in the older Afrikaans is spelled with a hyphen between the first en and then another hyphen and then the last number. So there's a hyphen between all of the words in a number in the older Afrikaans. So you'll have een hyphen en hyphen 20. That is still the way you can spell it. That is the original older spelling. But then as time went by, the spelling of no hyphens was also accepted as correct. We now have 2 number formats when it comes to double numbers. So you can write it like I'm going to do in this video without hyphens. It's easier to remember, I think, and also completely acceptable now. However, what you should remember is if you choose non-hyphenated like I'm going to teach you in this video, then just stick to that format. Remember, consistency is very important. So if you decide no hyphens, then keep it no hyphens as you continue to learn, as well as when you write in Afrikaans. And if you decide you want to place the hyphens there, then stick to hyphenated and just keep it consistent throughout your text. In this video and in future, when I do any kind of number work, I will stick to non-hyphenated. So we'll always have it in this format. There won't be any hyphens. I think it's just easier to remember. I'm not sure. When I was in primary school, we learned it with the hyphens. But you don't have to hyphenate. So like on the left, it'll just be 1 en 20. 5 en 20. 9 en 90. No hyphens. And just remember the first number comes second and the second number comes first when it comes to double numbers. And that stays the same. Even when you go up to the larger numbers and you're going to add a double number to the back of a 200 or 1,000, when it comes to writing the last two digits of the double number, this is how you will write them. Let's practice writing some Afrikaans double numbers. To the left of the screen, you'll see there are 5 numbers given. You can pause the video if you like and get a piece of paper and write down the Afrikaans names for these numbers. And then after you've done that, you can play the video again and I will give you the names and spelling of these numbers. 34, 41, 56, 63, 78. Before you have round numbers from 100 all the way to 900,000. I will read them to you in Afrikaans, starting with 100, top left, and ending with 900,000, bottom right. And you can use this specific clip over and over again to learn what these numbers are called, but also to practice the correct pronunciation. So let's start with 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 800, 900, 1000, 2000, 3000, 4000, 5000, 6000, 7000, 8000, 9000, 10,000, 20,000, 30,000, 40,000, 50,000, 60,000, 70,000, 80,000, 90,000, 100,000, 200,000, 300,000, 400,000, 500,000, 600,000, 700,000, 800,000, 900,000. Let's take a look at the numbers 101 upwards. 101 opwaarts. So first off, you'll notice that sometimes I'll say 101 instead of 101. Both of these formats are correct. You can say 101 or you can say 101. Like I've explained in the previous video, it will depend on whether there is an A or an A in front of that 100 or not, which will dictate whether you use 100 or just 100. But both of these formats are acceptable. Now, the first thing you have to note with these numbers when we come to triple numbers, when the 100 or the 200 or even 1,000, 10,000, when any of those are followed only by either a single digit basic number like 1, 2, 3 to number 9, or that 100, 200, 300, 3,000 is followed only by a whole number, a double digit whole number like 20, 30 through 90, you will place the N between the 100 or the 200 or the 2,000 and that single digit basic number or that double digit whole number that follows. So if you look at the examples on the left, you'll see 101. When you get to the triple digit numbers and upwards, you place the largest number first, and then you continue down the line. The only time, and this remains the same regardless of how many numbers there are, The only case where you place the smaller number first when in the name of the number is when you get to the double-digit numbers at the end. So 88, 99, dit bly 88, 99. Those double-digit numbers that we've looked at in the previous clip, they always remain that smaller number first and the first number second in the name pronunciation. It's always like that, regardless of what comes before. But whatever comes before, the larger numbers, when you write them, you place those numbers first, and then you go down the line. I do have quite a few examples that follows after this clip that you can practice, and that all of this that I'm rambling now will make more sense when you see it in practice. So when you look to the left, we have 101, 110, 120. But when the number that follows the 100 or the 200 or the 2000, when it is a double number, that's not a whole number. So it's not 90, 20, 30, but something like 74, for example, and you have 174. In Afrikaans, that'll be 174. So then the N is not directly after the 100 anymore. That N is then placed between the 70 and the 4, like you would have when you have only the double-digit numbers, like we looked at in the previous clip. So then it becomes 174. And that does take some getting used to. So those you have to practice again and again and again, because it is a little bit, it's a little bit weird to remember. But with practice, it definitely will become easier. So then you'll have something like 280. Again, it's the 200 followed by the only 80, which is a round whole number, between the numbers 20 and 90. So the N is placed right after the 200. Then you have 280. But if you have 288, the N has now moved between the 80 and the 8. And it's not after the 200 anymore. So then it becomes 288. But this will become a little bit more clear in the clips that follow. It's the same thing again. I'm going to give you numbers, and you can pause the video and try and write down the words for those numbers first, and then play the video, and I'll give you the names and spelling of those numbers. I think there are 3 of these clips that follow, and you can do the same in each case and then see whether you've got that word order correct. All right, enjoy. 209. 239. 905. 978. 2090. 2390. 2099. 2399. I'm just going to be looking down a lot now because these are large numbers and I can't memorize them all. All right. We'll start with 45,568. 40,568. 45.068. 45.508. 45.560. 40.068. I hope this video gave you much more clarity on the larger Afrikaans numbers. If you would like me to make more videos like this where you can practice writing numbers and where I give the names and pronunciations after you've written them down, please let me know in the comment section if this is something that you would like. Also, tell me in the comment section what kind of Afrikaans videos you would like me to make. What are the videos that you need that will aid you in your Afrikaans journey, that will really help you improve your Afrikaans, and the videos that you struggle to find, or the material that you struggle to find to help you on your Afrikaans learning journey. What is it you would like me to make? Would you need some beginner short stories with questions and answers that you can practice your understanding of what you're reading? Things like that. Yeah, tell me in the comment section what it is that you really need to improve your Afrikaans, and I will see what I can do to help you. All right, have an awesome day, and I'll see you in the next video.